This is the digestive system exam reteach. So, choose the next 3 steps that food takes once it enters the mouth. So, after food enters the mouth, it goes to the esophagus. Next, trachea is wrong. It's part of the respiratory system. Okay. Stomach is not next, so that leaves me with B or D. After the esophagus, it goes to the stomach. Food never goes in the liver. So my answer is D. Now, just like the last time, to retake your test, you have to complete the true, false, false, false. So false is because trachea is in respiratory. This one's wrong because liver never has food in it. And the esophagus connects mouth to stomach. It can't go straight from the stomach or from the mouth to the stomach. The esophagus has to take it there. Okay. This one's true because it goes mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. Now you have to do the true, false, false, false on all wrong questions. And this is due 10/16, which is a Wednesday. Okay. Esophagus is responsible for releasing saliva. That is the mouth. Well, okay, mouth has salivary glands, which have saliva, as their name would suggest. Squeezing food into the stomach, yes, that's the purpose. That's through a process called peristalsis. Releasing bile, that's wrong, because that's the liver that does that. And mixing and churning food, that's wrong, because that's the stomach. I'm going to do one more of these just so you understand how to do the true, false, false, false thing. And then you guys will do that on your own, and I will just go through and tell you the right answers. Sorry, that wasn't very zoomed in before. Let's try that again. Physical digestion begins in, well, you need to know the definition of physical digestion, which is breaking down food mechanically or movement-based or physically. And that definitely starts with the teeth. So this one's true because the teeth are the first to break down food. Okay, the esophagus is after the teeth, so that's false. Small intestine after teeth. Esophagus, which does physical digestion, but not first, doesn't begin it. And stomach, which also breaks down food. And then, just want to make sure it wasn't frozen. Salivary glands are wrong because they make enzymes or chemical digestion. So again, you don't have to do this for every single question. That's true, false, false, false. You have to do it for the questions you get wrong. So make sure you're doing the true, false, false, false. For the questions you get wrong, remember IDK is not going to work as an answer. You cannot retake the test if you have IDK as a reason why something's right or wrong. You have to explain it. It has to be science-based. It has to make sense. You have to put in effort to show me you're willing to put in the effort to retake your test. Okay, number 4, the enzymes that contribute to chemical digestion include all but plasma. Saliva breaks down food, bile breaks down fat, hydrochloric acid liquefies food. Breaks it down. Okay, bile is produced in the liver and stored in the gallbladder. Bladders are things that store liquids. That was number 5. Number 6, majority of the absorption of food is done in the small intestine. You may notice that some of these questions, most of these questions are definitions. The definition of the small intestine is that majority of absorption of food is done there. So if you've studied your vocabulary, you're going to have a lot easier time on this test than if you didn't. Okay. Number 7 is asking, what does the stomach do that no other organ does or has? And that would be the pouch shape. There are no other pouch-shaped organs. All the other organs, well, not all. A lot of organs secrete fluid. Small intestine is major absorption for food. And then there are certainly lots of organs that have muscles, such as the small intestine, large intestine, esophagus, mouth. Okay, complete the analogy. Brick is to building as cell is to organism. Cells are the building blocks of organisms. Okay, the enzymes in saliva break carbs into glucose. We did that experiment where you guys put the cracker in your mouth and you got sweet. Glucose is sugar. Cells that have a nucleus are what kind of cells? This is just pure vocab, eukaryotic. What is the order of living things from smallest to largest? So the smallest thing is the cell. So if the answer doesn't start with cell, you can cross it off. So that leaves us with this C and D. Goes cell, tissue. This one says cell organ. That's wrong.